pair of linear equations in two variables. Last time we discussed the possible graphs of a pair of linear equation in two variables, and we remember that whenever two linear equations are given to us, this is a general linear equation in two variables. a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. We can give one example here. Okay, these two constitute a pair of linear equation in two variables. Last time we discussed the three possible cases. The first one, intersecting lines, second one, parallel lines, and third is coincident line. Today let's discuss exercise 3.1. Okay, let me read the first question. Exercise 3.1. What is given here? Aftaf tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also 3 years from now I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Isn't this interesting? Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. So one problem is with us. This is the age relation between Aftaf and daughter. The first one is present as, and the number 2, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, one relation is given. Then lemma number 3, 3 years later. 3 years later. 3 years from now. 3 years from now. Okay, means from the present years. Okay, under these two given conditions, one for the 7 years ago and another is 3 years from now, we have to form linear equations in two variables. Such type of problems we already discussed in class 8, also in class 9 as well. So algebraically let us form the equation now. Before starting the solution of this algebraically, first of all we have to take the present age of Aftaf and the present age of daughter. So let us take, as we are discussing in linear equation in two variables, so let us take this as x and this as y. Let us suppose that this is in year and this is also in year. X years be the present age of Aftaf and y years be the present age of the daughter. Now let us try to write the answer for 7 years ago. What was the age of Aftaf 7 years ago? So 7 years ago, if I want to find the age of Aftaf, then I have to subtract what? We have to subtract this 7. Isn't it? So let us write as Aftaf. X minus 7. And similarly for the daughter, it is also y minus 7. Okay, so first let us write the age. Their age 7 years ago. And this is the first case under which we have to make the first linear equation. And 3 years from now, from this second condition, we have to make the second equation. Again, 3 years from now, the present age is x. Therefore, Aftaf x will be, it will be what? It will be x plus 3. And similarly, daughter will be, the age of the daughter will be y plus 3. Okay, so when we write algebraically, you write let x and y in years be the present age of Aftaf, which I have shown there already, and his daughter respectively. Okay, x and the y in years, we consider this in terms of years, with the present age of Aftaf and his daughter respectively. Then Okay, we have already written here that after 7 years, there is a relation between the two. 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you were then. It means that there is a relation between Aftab as and that of his daughter as 7 years ago. The age of Aftab is 7 times of daughter. So then by the given condition, okay, tell me what can you write? We can write that Aftab as is 7 times. This is the age of the Aftab 7 years ago. This age is 7 times that of the daughter. Y minus 7. Now let us open the bracket and simplify this way. So let us transfer 7y on the left side and 7 on the right side. Therefore, we are getting 42. Okay, this is the first equation. This is the first equation obtained algebraically. Again, so we have finished this first condition. Similarly, let us apply the second condition 7 years from now. After 7 years means, then what is the condition? After 7 years, I shall be 3 times as old as. And another condition is that Aftab is after 3 years, this is 3 times that of his daughter. Again, you simplify this in the same way. 9. Therefore, x minus 3y is equal to 6. So these are the two equations which we have to form algebraically. So in that question number 1 of exercise 3.1, we have to solve the problem algebraically and another is graphically. So we need not find their present is. We simply have to form the equations, the linear equation in 2 variables like this. Next. So these are the 2 algebraical equations. Okay, you remember the first equation is x minus 7y equal to minus 42 and the second one is x minus 3y equal to 6. These are the 2 linear equations in 2 variables x and y. Now let us find the solution graphically. You see this? So let me write here. Yes, what are the equations? The equations are. Let us write the equations here. X minus 7y equal to minus 42. Okay? And the next one is x minus 3y 6. Okay, so these are the 2. Next, let's go for graphical solution. Graphically. After getting these 2 linear equations in 2 variables, let us draw the graphs of the first and let us draw the graph of the second. Now, equation 1. What is equation 1? X minus 7y minus 42. X equal to minus 42 plus 7. This implies that x plus 42 equal to 7. Therefore, y equal to x plus 42 by 7. Now, let us make the tabulation of the first equation. You can take at least 2. You take at least 2 points, okay? Yeah, if I take x equal to 0, 0 plus 42, 42. 42 divided by 7, it becomes 6. Then next time, which number should be considered here so that we will get a whole number here. So here is one technique to know that. What number have you written here? It is 0 here. We have got the first number. Once, if we got the first number, then we can get second and third very easily. All what you have to do is, what is the denominator here? This denominator, you check this number value. you see this number 7. Yes, this number is 7. If you subtract 7 or if you add 7 to the first number which you could have got, then the value for y will never be a fraction. So if I take here 7, okay, let me take here 7. Okay, if I take 7 here, 7 plus 42, let's calculate here. Y is equal to 7 plus 42 by 7, 49 by 7, it is 7. So we got the answer is 7. Again, if I take another number that is 14, it will become a very big number. So instead of taking adding 7, let us subtract 7 from 0. So let us take minus 7. When I take minus 7 here, so what is the answer? This is second value. You take the third value again. Y will be minus 7 plus 42 by 7. 35 by 7 is equal to 5. Like this. Okay. So these are the pair of values of x and the y for the first equation. Similarly, you make the tabulation for the second equation, x minus 3y is equal to 6. You can make a relation x in terms of y or y in terms of x. Like this. Again, you take second equation, equation number 2. Then this is given x 3 minus equal to 6. Therefore, x equal to 6 plus 3y. Okay, and there's no need for making the relation y in terms of x in terms of y. Here we can take because this will be easier for calculation. This time we have to write the value for y first because this is on the right side. If I take 0, this becomes 6. If I take minus 1, then this will become 3. If I take minus 2, this will become 0. Is it clear? Okay, if I take minus 1 here, 3 into minus 1 minus 3, 6 minus minus 3, 3. If I take minus 2, 3 into minus 2 minus 6, 6 minus 6, 0. So after making this tabulation, we have to draw their respective graphs. So let's see. Next, you draw the Cartesian plane, and here we have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 x-axis. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, like that. Negative. And here you make for y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can write your number this way also by skipping some of the numbers. If it's difficult to write all, you can continue like this. Like this. This is like this. Okay. Then next, let us plot 0, 6. Why 0, 6? It is here. Then 7 and 7, 7 you plot here. Then this is 7, 7. The next is minus 7 and 5. Minus 7 and 5. Minus 7 and 5. Okay. We can easily see whether the tabulation is correct or not. If these three lines become a points of a straight line, then your tabulation is correct. Okay. So this is for the first one. This is for the first one. 7, 7 like this. And Gauss equation. You can write here x minus 7y equal to minus 42. Again, similarly, you make for the next, that is 6, 0. This here. 3 minus 1. 3 is here, minus 1 is here. And 0 minus 2. Okay, again this tree will pass. The line will pass through this. 0, 3, 3 minus 1, 3, 3. Okay, you write here the equation. Just next to the line. So like this, we have got two lines. You can name this line also L and the M. Okay, so you write L and the M represents. Okay, you need all this lines L and M represent the graphs of the